Contain yourself. It's Sanctuary of Reality, my comic review series. Time now for Cerebus issue 229, the 10th chapter of Rick's story. Cerebus, now free of the tavern and his clothes, suddenly remembers his old black vest and medallions. So he heads upstairs to retrieve them, discovering, to his surprise, that the medallions have shrunk. Wearing them anyway, Cerebus, in his now sole additional inner voice, worry about Rick's container spell entrapping him, until the idea of it being an expeller spell comes up. Not wanting to be expelled from the bar against his will, Cerebus gets back into his bartender attire and stands behind the bar again. He soon realizes that that's a crazy idea and begins to leave, only to give up and reluctantly return to the bar, depressed, resigned to his fate at the tavern forever. His inner argument about perhaps waiting for Joanne to return is interrupted by a smoking man waiting for him. Their conversation begins as the man asks for a Coors Light and an ashtray, as he has to leave pretty soon. Cerebus laughs at the concept of leaving, calling the tavern a prison, despite the fact that everyone else has left. The man relates to Cerebus's plight, talking of a bar that he spent years in as well. Cerebus feels like he's being punished to stay there until he serves his sentence for all the bad things he's ever done, and even things that he hasn't. Cerebus finds the man familiar, but he can't place his face. The man continues to relate about his own bar experience, and how it was similar to being married, staying in one place you want to leave, but are unable to think of a better place to be. The man mentions that Cerebus will miss this place when he's gone from it, and Cerebus angrily argues against such a thing being possible, as he spent years there already. Cerebus feels he's being driven crazy by only having himself to talk to, and complains it's unfair, as he's not driving anyone crazy himself. The backgrounds change radically, Gerhard revolting with the interior of a submarine briefly, before switching back. Cerebus begins to recognize the man's voice. Then, when he notices the ground has become that of Pluto's icy surface, it hits him. The man is Dave Sim, his creator. Before he can react, Dave is gone, leaving only a package behind. Cerebus is cautious about opening it, thinking it's a trick for the writer of his life to finally be rid of him. Will Cerebus open the package? The submarine interior is a gag dating back to an interview that Dave Sim had done back in 1989. The notion being that if Gerhard wanted to draw the interior of the submarine in the background, he could do so at any time. And he does so here in reference to being sick of drawing the same tavern for the past 3 years. So it's a cute moment, and a long time coming for a lot of fans at the time. This is another excellent issue. I haven't, I know I say that a lot, but I mean it. It's fascinating that Cerebus gets a second chance to talk to his creator, and he basically blows it on complaining. My favorite bits of this issue are actually the aftermath, the stuff that I didn't cover in the summary, where Cerebus ponders what Dave's bosses think about keeping his main character in the same place for so long, and how Dave's wife and kids must be reacting to the stagnancy of the character's life. It's a natural thing that a fictional character would be concerned about. Of course, Dave doesn't actually have a boss, nor a wife or kids, so those hindrances aren't quite the same for him. His reasons for keeping Cerebus in the same place for so long are his own, and so are the ramifications of doing so. Truly, if anything, Dave's appearance here seems to be him asking Cerebus to dictate where he wants to go next. As we'll see, letting your fictional character to decide where they want to go may leave for some interesting stories, but it may not be the exact journey that they wanted or that the character expects. Next time, Cerebus finally gets what he wants, whether he likes it or not.